Willie D Live.
It's Willie D, y'all, back with another episode of information and instructions to help you navigate through this wild, crazy, beautiful world. In the studio, Kool, Mo, D.
Yes, yo. Yes.
I ain't got to really say nothing else. You know what I'm talking about? You know, I really don't have to say nothing else. My Honda's the Weeses in this month. They don't say, see, I know you buy my Honda. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know, they don't know. They call you Kool Mo D because they don't know, you know.
Like it.
But man, very good to see you, man.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you,
brother. Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, you don't understand. Without this guy's contributions, we may not be as far in hip-hop as we are. Right now, there's still an ongoing major hip-hop battle between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. How do you feel? Who do you think won? Who's winning this battle, in your opinion?
The best thing I can say, first of all, I think Kendrick Lamar is way more cerebral than people give him credit for. They focus on the battle or the skill set of going with whichever controversy, with the subliminal messages and the symbolism that he does in his lyrical content is over the top, quite frankly. And I just seen something online the other day about breaking down the Super Bowl performance. All the hidden messages or symbolism in the equation. I think most people are not paying attention at all, quite frankly, in my opinion. So, and quite frankly, if I want to be real honest, my favorite MC of the new eras, all of them, is J. Cole. He's my favorite, quite frankly. But Kendrick Lamar is kind of winning right now with Drake.
I love it, man. It's producing some really, really good music. We can do without the ancillaries, you know. We could do all of the sideshow. We can do without all of that because we know that don't go too far. You know, we saw how that went with Biggie and Pac.
Yes.
That was bad for hip hop.
Hated it.
So, you know, all of that, you know, the extra stuff, leave it over there. But, you know, the part where it inspire artists to go in and make great music, hey man, that's the beauty. That's the beauty of it. Akin to what you and LL did for the game. The mark that y'all left. Say, man, after y'all battled, y'all really didn't have to do nothing else. You really didn't have to do nothing else. And I'm sure that you are tired of revisiting this conversation.
Not really.
Not really.
It's always more like to put on it.
Okay, well, let's get into it, damn.
Okay.
You know,
Yes.
From my understanding, the beef started with when you heard LL say he was 18 making more than somebody's dad was making.
Yes.
And you consider that to be a slight toward fatherhood.
Over the top disrespectful to the black community. And I think as MCs, what people don't think about for me when I started, is why I'm coming here for this to speak of Malcolm X here, because I thought hip-hop was going to be the evolution of the revolution. I thought literally that was going to be the next platform. So to get to where it went to, and I understand record companies only here to make money, so quite frankly, I think my focus was never just making money. I wanted to make money, of course, to get out of poverty, so to speak. But making hip-hop at the very time when we started doing it was not about making money at all. We never thought it was going to make money. As a matter of fact, when it started making money, everybody was predicting its end from the very beginning. When Sugar Hill made a record called Rapid Delight, and that became pop and went commercial, they thought it was going to be over very quickly. And I had people constantly tell me, get a real job. That's not going to last. So from the very beginning, nobody thought it was going to last to be anything by 81. So at that time, I wasn't doing it to make money. I was doing it because I loved it. And the first time I ever saw hip-hop, quite frankly, is at the Audubon Ballroom when Malcolm X got killed. I went to see where Malcolm X got killed at. But I saw the coolest guys in the crew in the hood go crazy because the Grandmaster Flash was cutting up Hot Shot. He was cutting up Maybachsman. First time we saw it in Harlem. But he might have been doing it in the Bronx, but he did it in Harlem. And the coolest guys became unglued, and I lost my mind. So I said that was the thing I was going to do for the rest of my life from that point on. And simultaneously, we shut down gang violence in New York because gang violence was the underground thing, quite frankly, but it hadn't got prominent. We had a little, you know, theoretically, from a theater space, you had, what do you call it, the movie, The Warriors came out, and it got popular that way, but gang violence was not really that popular in New York as it became a rhythm around the world. And when hip hop started in 1979 for us, making music, when it got commercial, I thought it was going to be the next progression, the evolution of a revolution. I thought it was going to be the next step, quite frankly. So I thought I'm going to be able to do my Malcolm X thing on wax is what I thought I was going to do. So for me, I was looking at it way more seriously than most people. And LL's way younger, quite frankly, so I understood his position also. But most people did not think about what I was thinking about when I was coming into it. So I was focused on definitely making more political statements and making a whole lot of pro-black stuff or whatever. So the best time in hip-hop for me is when Public Enemy came out in 1987. I thought hip-hop had hit the zenith point because it went from Public Enemy, we had X-Clan, we had Lakim Shabazz, we had Poor Righteous Teachers. It got to this place where hip-hop was going so pro-black. I thought that's what it was always supposed to be, quite frankly. And I wanted to do that from the very beginning. So to get in that LL thing is like sidetracked me a little bit. But I was focused on Run DMC. I wasn't even focused on LL at that time because he wasn't that big yet. It was Run DMC was the king of the mountain. So
you could have fooled me because I thought you was fixated on LL. I thought you was like, man, I'm coming to get this little youngster. You know, like you had it on your mind. Not
even close. I was thinking about Run DMC, quite frankly.
Yeah.
And the whole thing with the LL thing is like because I responded to what he said. I put his Kengo under the Jeep.
Whose idea was that?
Ann Carly.
Okay.
A lady at my record company. I
Yeah.
put his Kengo under the Jeep in the picture for the album cover. So he's talking about LL. It wasn't about LL. That's the only song I said that had anything to do with him was "And How You Like Me Now." So, and because it became a hit single, everybody thought he's talking about LL. I was like, that started the whole thing. And that's when, they say, when the people around you start to say what's happening before you say, it's like you responded to what they're saying more than what you're actually doing. So I'm responding to what they're saying. And see, he did also, quite frankly.
Whose idea was it for you to do those L's on Let's Go? I mean, you had me looking in the dictionary like for some of them words you was dropping. I like, what the hell does this word mean? But it made me step my game up though.
Well, that's the other point. The point of it, just being honest about my ego at the time, because I could rhyme or talk about things where I had a pretty big vocabulary. I said, let me do this to make sure I make it a point. And he did it before me, quite frankly, because he said LL, Lazy Long Lover. He said it on one of his records. He had that.
So you just flipped it. That's right.
Let me tell you what LL stands for, yes.
That's right. He did.
So I said lower level. And really, I was going into the basement of my apartment. I just moved in the apartment. I pushed the LL and I said lower level. Started the whole rhyme right there. I'm writing a whole rhyme about that. Lower level, lackluster, lastly, live in public. I got it. So I put that in the hip hop because I thought that'd be something to say your name means this. So I thought that's a way to do a nice little dig at you.